Hey guys. Um, so I did do a little bit off screen. I did most of the requests of like the side story stuff. Um, but having said that, I didn't really do too much. Like I didn't go into the new region. I also learned some things in my travels, which I will show you when that comes to rise. So I'm going to switch back to the main storyline here. So yeah, so as you can see, I put a Stantler in. I believe I did that during the last video, but I just thought I'd clarify why I did so. I'm putting in Pokemon that are actually going to be useful, and I felt like Bidoof will not be very useful. As you can see, I'm just kind of scaling down. So if you take your Pokemon out and you throw it at one of these objects here, it actually breaks apart and gives you the things you need to build heavy balls and Pokeballs, and I assume Sky Balls at some point. Um, you can also do it with trees. So anytime you see anything, if you see a tree shaking, that means there's a Pokemon in it, and if you see if you see berries on it, then you can also do that. Um, let's just start Arabia quickly. So this is a Paris. Yeah, so our Pokemon are gonna be a little over leveled. But having said that, um, that's never really a bad thing. I can't even see what I'm fighting. Oh, it's another Paris. Okay, let's try doing a quick attack this time, so hopefully it doesn't kill it. Okay. So as you can see, I did do a little bit of off-screen crafting. I have a crap load of Pokeballs now, so I shouldn't run out. So there's a Paris. Um, I mostly have the Stantler in, because it doesn't look nearly as goofy, when like knocking on trees and stuff. Okay, so here's an angry Cricketon. I think we can handle. I'm gonna use our bird, Staravia, because it is strong against bug types. Although it is level 30, I did not count for that. But so Staravia is gonna die, but I think we do stand a chance in the fight. As long as we can somehow, if we can outspeed it once or twice, um, then it will be a lot better. I'm gonna try to use Ember. I think that'll be enough. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so we do need to revive our Staravia. Our poor little guy. I'm gonna use some of the orange berries that I've been collecting. Because they're a substitute for the old potion. Um, compared to this game. This game it is now a regular potion is 60, which is what a super potion used to be. So I think they just kind of scaled everything differently. So yeah, as you can see, you can throw it pretty far. And then to confirm that you've got it, you can just run away. Okay, so we don't have these guys yet. I'm gonna try to find a heavy ball. This is the evolution of what's his name? Bidoof, that's it. I believe if I run to the back side, I think um the effect still works. Oh, I just looked like a silly goose. But we did catch a barrel, however you pronounce it. Which isn't really like it isn't a Pokemon I would recommend using, but it is like it's helping us um with our Pokedex. So this here you can see how it's bouncing. So if I attack it, then something will come out. So I have a stand. So because I use Stantler, Stantler is going to be out there. Stantler is just going to use Confusion. Um, which hopefully I can get out of the way. Stantler's going to be able to easily take him out. And then we can move on. So the shiny part here, that is meaning that there's a Stardust inside of whatever thing you're seeing. Like they have a little dam here for the barrels. Cool. So this seems interesting. I assume, yeah, I assume that's part of what they want us to clear. Currently I am just going to go and collect these resources while I can. I'm also going to be looking at healing before I take this guy on. Okay, so this one's on level 16. Okay. But again, each one has a move that is almost guaranteed to mess with the Pokemon that you have in. So in this case, it's Icy Wind. So Dartrix is going to go down. And I will, yeah, Lucario's, the Luxrio. Lucario is a completely different Pokemon. We're just gonna Thunder Fang, which should finish it off. Just because I find, in a lot of those battles, you really don't know what you're getting yourself into. Um, like if you see I forget what they're called. It like they have a name for them in this game. We'll just call them like the evil type Pokemon. If you see them, sometimes they're like lower level, like that one that was level 16 that we just placed, and then the other one was like level 30. Um, and obviously some are a lot harder than others. So we can see we have two new Pokemon in our sights here. One being Psyduck. If I can hit him. This is yeah, Bunnery. Then we're just gonna go here. Most of the time it's the Geodude. It's kind of like with Rock Smash. Um, that's what I find. If you don't want to battle these, you can actually run and you still get the rewards for taking out the rock itself. Like the building materials. But I find because I'm already here, I'm already doing it. Catching Pokemon is never with this game and Let's Go. Catching Pokemon is never really a bad thing. So I don't mind sitting here and throwing Pokeballs at everything I see. It's nicer to not have to go into the battle animation still, even though the battle animation takes less time in this game than it has in almost every other game. But that, like you see there, I got a I believe I got a Firestone, which is very interesting. I didn't think I'd get Firestones from just Rock Smash. Usually you'd get like a smooth stone. So, yeah, so as before, I'm just going to be going through, catching what I can, and if you want to tag along for the ride, you can. I'm going to be trying to do a little bit more narrating of what's going on. That Bunnery is going to run away. See if I can get this one. Fortunately, no. But ooh, Scyther, eh? Well, one thing I have noticed is there's a lot of they do like to narrow you down to a certain path. Um, if you see, I do tend to give up on a lot of Pokemon. Unless of course I see that there's a particular reason why I should be catching that Pokemon, then I don't really consider doing so. Mostly because getting into battles is quite the hassle, I've noticed. So this looks like our next mission. Um, it says Eevee is available to evolve, but I do wonder what it means by that. Like, which version of Eevee would I be getting here? Time to find out what this is about. Seems that we have quite the advantage against most trainers. I might have done a little bit of over leveling. I'm gonna wait till the nighttime cycle to evolve Eevee, just in case it is a friendship evolution. Um, it could be meaning the Firestone, which would also be an okay. Um, would also be an okay strategy, but I don't think I need a fire type. I did customize my guy a little bit. I changed his feet, like his shoes. So it looks like we unlocked fast travel, which is cool. I mean, I will do a little bit more exploring here. Um, just because, I'm already out here. I almost guarantee that it's gonna be a long trip to get back out here. So I might as well do a little bit of exploring. So see, this tree is shaking here. Perfect opportunity to display. Okay, so this time it's a Combi. Before I was getting Burmese actually, but any new Pokemon for me is fine. So I do believe catching Pokemon is a lot more useful by the game standards than just flat out killing them. So I will be catching a lot of Pokemon. I do end up releasing them. I did release a bunch of Pokemon off screen just because it doesn't really make too much sense to just stack your boxes. I think you only get given eight boxes of 30, which I had well over half of them filled by the time I was done in the first region. So I didn't really plan on losing Pokemon that way. So if you are like following along somewhat and catching the same amount of Pokemon I am, that's just a little explanation on what exactly I'm doing with them. Which I mean, it's a choice, right? It's like you can choose different Pokemon on your team. I have some attachment to some of these Pokemon because I played Diamond and Pearl when I was younger. So there's some Pokemon I have attachment to that definitely aren't as good. Not have. Of course, I need the one thing I always collected way too much of. Um, ah, so another thing you can do is if there's something that's way out of range, um, I think I've already said, like if this is way out of range here, you can tuck your Pokemon, they're close enough, then they get it. So it looks like it's telling me that I can fast travel back to my camp here. I will attempt to do. So now that I'm back here, I will evolve this Eevee and see what happens. Now that is even better. That makes that Pokemon way more useful than I initially hoped for. Great. Speaking of that, I will use my upgrade. I am looking for I swear I must have just dropped them. So it really does look like they're doing some There's some sort of Pokemon. I assume it's either a legendary or a pseudo legendary that they use as a mascot, but I think I will swap out Bonita for the Scyther. Um, just because it would be nice to have a bug type. And I don't really need the fire type. So we will do that. Then we will head out. It's like Maya's waiting for us. Okay, I will actually. Oh, that's not good. Oh. See, I expected this to be like a known Pokemon, but obviously not. Well, that was an interesting battle. Yeah, that was something out of like I said, out of like Skyrim. That wasn't really Pokemon battle per se. Kind of reminds me of Crash Bandicoot a little bit, to be honest. Yeah, that was. I really did not expect that kind of that kind of battling from a Pokemon game. Really definitely felt weird. Having said that, I would say it's a good addition to changing up. Like I think it changes up the way the game has to be played. Like you can't just, of course you have used the same Pokemon and like I had like 2 or 3 levels on that Pokemon. Still still kind of just destroyed them. Um, which shows that tight matchups are becoming um more and more realized. More and more realized for sure. Like it's it's different in my mind you don't if you don't play the game, if you haven't played a Pokemon game before and you wanted to get like acclimated to it, that's definitely one way of doing it because a lot of the games nowadays do have that final boss type battle like we just did. And I do think it is important to understand where it's coming from, right? Um, to have a game to have a game completely do a 180 on where on what, sorry, that happens within the game is pretty cool. So, like I said, they've never really done something like that before. A lot of people, a lot of Pokemon people do complain that they want something different. But then when they get something different, um, that complain about it. So I actually really enjoyed that switch up here. So it looks like I have to go talk. I do have to go report back to base. Obviously, I think I'm getting my third star here. They didn't make me do it last time, so. This is definitely, like I said, it's definitely a lot better than expected for sure. I would like to get my upgrade here. I'm up to my third star here, which is pretty good. I'd say I think this is the third video, fourth video, something like that. And we get great balls. I wonder what they look like. Iron shot. We will craft some. I'm sure we have the parts. Oh, okay, yeah, it's just an old. Just got that old look to it, but it definitely is still. Definitely still is Pokeball for sure. So obviously, coming out of coming out of the sky was a blessing for this team. This is Team Galaxy, I believe. Unfortunately, this team turns into Team Galactic. From what I can see. Uh, the new symbol that they are given. If you go into your outfits, you should have a modern outfit, and it has the Team Galactic symbol on it, which is pretty sad, but this little girl wants to talk to us. I believe, yeah. So this is how you got Spirit Home, I believe, the other games. So I'm curious what its purpose will be in this game. But I'm going to check my mission here. Well, what do you know? So, yeah, so I'm going to go do the race mission. Because I feel like that will keep us close to just over an hour, which I think would be the preferred. Um, I'm gonna try this again. Um, just because I can, mostly. It'd probably be the last thing I do in the video, but I do want to give it a. I want to get at least the mission done. Great if I knew what the jump button was. I'm gonna go back and see and figure out what the jump button is first. Because I do need to know that, obviously. Okay, so the jump button is Y. Give this another shot, my guy. Ah, I got 26. Well, I mean, at least I got the challenge done. I'll probably play around with this a little more and see if I can get 30, but I'll end the video there. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.